Hey everyone, the name is Erik Thor, and in today's video, I want to argue that the world, contrary to your popular belief, might not be ending. And if it might not be ending, that completely changes everything about how you would go about and live your life. Because if we assume the world is ending, our choices might be drastically different from if we believe the world will continue to revolve like it has been for billions and billions of years. Yeah, we are here in perhaps the most interesting age of human civilization. We are standing at the peak of something. What does it feel like to be at the peak of an exponential curve? Well, it feels honestly like being on the top of a roller coaster just before it's about to head down. And now, how you feel about this movement depends completely on your attitude towards being on this ride in the first place. I'm ultimately asking you this question: how do you feel about being alive? Because if you like being alive, you might as well enjoy the ride. Now, I think that there are many things that can happen in the world, in our time, in the news, in the media, that might give us a feeling that everything is headed in the wrong direction. However, life has a tendency to want to show us both good experiences and bad experiences. With life comes a commitment, a pledge. If you want to live, you're essentially asked this question: are you willing to accept suffering? If you want to experience happiness, are you willing to also experience pain? We're filled with interesting challenges, and every single challenge is an opportunity. It's a rallying cry. It's something interesting that you could do. Everything that has happened in the last decades has presented you with something interesting that you could do. And if you ask yourself, whatever it is that fills you with anxiety, whatever it fills you with fear, ask yourself, what is it I am being challenged to do in this time? This is the top of an exponential curve because we are at the peak of industrialization, just before we're hit with the movement towards what they call AGI, the time when we can exponentially create new ideas, new research, new technology at a rate unprecedented to man. Yes, today we can do what we could do in a decade in the past. The way things move is faster, and yes, the feeling of things going faster will increase your desire for things to slow down. And trust me, if you're asking for things to slow down, the great slowing down is coming. Yes, because we've accumulated so much information, more information than we can ever possibly hope to browse through or understand or comprehend. A person like me who says the goal is to learn everything about everything has also made the realization that it's not enough just to learn everything. It's equally important to experience it firsthand, to really feel it, to sit with it, to be and embody it. I'm recording this at work, and briefly I'm hit by this fear that people are walking by or looking at me. These moments of self consciousness, I think, hit all of us all the time. What if somebody's watching me while I'm busy being alive? These feelings I find hard to shake, but still I try to commit. I try to unwaveringly, confidently commit to being myself. I feel it at the gym when I start to enjoy a good song. I listen to rap and hip hop, and on that cross trainer, I might start to dance a bit because the song is really good and I'm really into it. Uh, Especially if it's a really, really powerful rap song, right? But then I realize, what if people are watching me? And then I realize, do I want to have fun or not? And yeah, I want to have fun. And so I continue to dance. I think that politics and the news has a tendency to completely alter your perception of your own life. I've noticed that the media doesn't tell us a truth. It tells us a part of a truth, but not the truth. So the issue here is simple. We are being shown something. We're being shown something, but we're not being shown the thing itself. We're being shown a reaction to a thing or an interpretation of a thing, but not the thing itself. Most of the time, we are being told what to perceive and how to perceive a situation, but not what the situation really was. This gets us caught up in all kinds of drama. We find ourselves upset with people we don't know about things we don't understand. We find ourselves anxious about something that we've read, but not understanding, not comprehending what that thing is really. It's this chronic fear of something that we don't really know and don't really understand. And it's because we don't understand it that we should probably discard it. I wish there was an app called Contextify. I wish that every time you went on to browse a news article, a generative AI assistant would come and say, "Hey, this article argues this, but if you look online, you'll find five other articles that argue the opposite. And hey, this news article claims this, but if you look at other news articles, you'll find this. And hey, this headline says this, but if you click on the headline, you're going to find out that actually what really happened was the opposite. And yeah, this news article claims this about this academic journal, but if you actually read the academic journal, you're going to find out what's really going on. Because the ultimate question we should ask curiously is what is really going on? I spent a lot of time trying to predict the world and the movement of the world. Nowadays, I have become humbled to realize that things don't happen the way you think. When you think things are going to start going great, often things stay the same. And when you tell yourself that things are going to collapse, you find that no, actually, things stay the same. What we're moving towards is definitely a correction of our course, and it's a much needed and much warranted correction. We've been headed in the wrong direction. We've done a lot of great things, but we've also done a lot of unnecessary things. And yes, we're going to face a correction, but that correction is not the end of the world. It's the beginning of a new journey, a new path. The longer you live, the more you realize that people have been warning about the end of the world for hundreds of years, actually for centuries. But do you know that in the medieval era, they thought it was almost the end of times? They believed that the peak of civilization happened in the Roman times, and now, for the past 1,000 years, things have only been going downhill. Little did they know that things change, things go up and down. What I've learned about societal development and personal development is that personal development is not a straight line and it's not a straight fall. It's not even a line. Personal development and human and societal development is a spiral. A spiral goes up and down, but it has a trajectory. It definitely has a trajectory. We are definitely headed somewhere, but it might not be where we think it is. And yeah, I do, as an optimist, generally believe that we are headed in the right direction, but I believe that that journey is going to look like this. And if you think only short term, if you compare only today according to tomorrow, you'll find that things might appear a lot more bad or a lot more amazing than it really is. But if you look at the bigger picture, you'll find that this is just nature's ebbs and flows. Can you learn to enjoy when things crash? Can you learn to enjoy when things don't go forward? Can you learn to feel excitement when met with an obstacle? Can you retrain your brain to be wired for discomfort? I found I could. I found that nowadays, whenever people tell me about a problem, it makes me excited. And I realize it's because when I think of climbing a mountain, I am equally thrilled by the prospect of the climb as I am of the destination. I find it an enjoyable experience to pull myself up, to push my muscles, to drag myself there because I vowed, I committed to journey before destination. It also helps that I have an author's mentality to living because for an author, every single thing that was going to happen to you is research for your next book or perhaps next YouTube video. And that means that, hey, whatever happens, no matter how difficult, that's going to give some inspiration. It's going to help me experience deeper feelings. It's going to help me reveal deeper truths that I didn't know before. And it's going to give me a good time. Because ultimately, once again, whenever you find that things are going in the wrong direction, ask yourself this: are you committed to living your life? Or are you trying to hold yourself back? Don't hold yourself back. Commit fully to living. Let yourself be alive, whatever that means, in every single moment, through pain and through love. Let yourself comfort yourself with the fact that this is what it means to be alive.